Hello. Uh, for this short little video, I really wanted to focus on the COVID-19 pandemic and what it really means to you personally, what it means to me personally, to the global scale and the national scale. It's a lot bigger that we think, and it's a lot overplayed in the media, how I could say. So, first of all, on the global scale, the main thing that people have been talking about has been the Olympics and just bigger sporting events around the world. The Olympics are usually continued through issues like this, and the only time that I really read about it being stopped was during the Second World War from 1940 to 1945, through those years, and will be the Olympics will be pushed back to the summer of 2021, along with the 2020 Euros will be pushed back to the summer of 2021. Now, on the national scale, this is huge for our country, and as for the world's largest economy, how we have really dealt with this crisis. We've tried to really keep jobs with these quote essential jobs to provide for communities and cities, as well as the good being for the market. I know a lot of small businesses, friends who own small businesses, have been kept open when generally you would look at that and say, those aren't really that essential, then why are they open? And that is the economic factor, which is probably our biggest downfall here in the country, besides the deaths and the infection rate. The largest issue we have right now is our economy a failure. The Dow Jones right now, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, has dropped thousands of points in the past couple of weeks. Though investors have been losing their money, the market is falling, and it continues to fall to today. It rises when people go out and purchase items, but that's not really ethically right for us because we're trying to flatten the curve. We're trying to rid this virus, and it's hard when people don't listen to these suggestions. Another thing I would like to really talk about is this political drama. I cannot count how many times I have gotten an ad this week, or not even this week, this past month, about who is to blame for this virus, who's to blame for this whole big issue we have in the United States. It boils down to it's no one's fault. The country was not prepared. The citizens were not prepared. The government wasn't prepared. It wasn't one single person's fault. It it's a time where we need everyone's support, and some officials have been taking advantage of this disease for political gain. They're trying to blame this issue when that's just downright selfish and wrong for people to seek gain. It's You cannot bash somebody. This time of crisis cannot be set on one person's head as a fault. It's no one's fault. And as a young person who's really interested in politics, who's really interested in government and such, it's really sad to see these people on the world stage fighting like 5-year-olds on who did what, pointing fingers. It's not who did what. It's never been that. It's how can we fix this? How can we move forward together as a country? Locally, in the state of Wisconsin, Tony Evers has closed schools for the remainder of the year. He says he wants to slowly reopen the state in the coming months in between May and June, with tourism in Door County slowly being reopened, letting fewer tourists come into the county. Um, Parks, which I'll touch on in a second here. Groceries and pharmacies were declared as essential, but under strict rules with capacity. You walk up to a Walmart or Target, there's somebody tallying how many people are in the building and how far away they are in the waiting lines, and how what they're purchasing along with cleaning supplies. You can only purchase certain amounts. Now parks will stay open as long as they continue to follow, or people continue to follow the rules of social distancing with 6 feet away and such. And they stay open as a lot of people need these parks to, quote, please their mind and to try to get citizens away from the world. It's personally, I believe it's nice to have these there for people to go to and get away, but also at the same time, it's kind of wrong because we say that, oh, we need to follow social distancing, practice social distancing, and you see these people all hanging out at parks. That's not helping us flatten the curve. This isn't helping us avoid the infection rate and slowing it. It's just not helping. Now, my personal take on this is it's extremely important to follow these restrictions. I know a lot of people hate being stuck inside their home. A lot of people like to go out, be social, and they're not used to it, and I get that. It's hard. I get that. But under these strict rules, you need to still understand that there is a worldwide pandemic going on. And although you don't think it's going to affect you, it will somehow in some way, and it's affected everyone in somehow, some way. Either someone getting infected that you know, someone dying that you know, which is not common around here. Around here, there's only been 12 reported cases and 2 deaths so far. And personally, I believe that our greatest struggle right now is society. Our society is struggling to stay at home, like I said. They're getting antsy. They want to get out, and you see this you've seen this in the news where these protesters are going out into the streets. Mind you, not social distancing. They're all clumped together in these huge groups, wanting to come out and get their jobs back and fight when it's wrong. You're not going to flatten the curve this way. You're not going to get this disease to just go away magically. We need to be in this together. We are in this together. It's affecting everyone. Yeah, some are working, some people aren't. But we are in this together. The last most important take, which I hope everyone takes from this, is have empathy. I know that some people, it's hard to have empathy, and it's hard to look at it from a different point of view. Personally, for me, I don't think of people who don't have jobs currently, or government officials who can't do their job because of social distancing. I think of the frontline workers. It's hard for them to do their job normally. And right now, during this pandemic, they're working irrational lengths of their shifts, working 20-hour shifts, 24-hour shifts, wearing the same mask for days on end because they don't have enough, because there's shortages of equipment. It's those frontline volunteers, the nurses, the doctors, everything. Those are the true saviors of this world right now. And they're what's holding us together. They're what's really fighting this, and I truly thank them. And thank you for listening.